Welcome back my YouTube channel Old Coin ZEE Collection. Today's episode, we're diving into the fascinating world of rare coins, particularly the South African 20-cent coin from 1993, a coin that, believe it or not, has a value of $1 million. You heard that right. It's not just any coin. This one holds a very special place in numismatic history. So, sit back, relax, and let's take a journey back in time as we explore this rare treasure. To fully appreciate the worth of the 1993 20-cent coin, let's first step back into South Africa's rich history. The country's currency system was deeply influenced by its political changes, including the end of apartheid and the emergence of a new era in the early 1990s. By 1993, the South African rand had already been the official currency for years. But in 1993, a significant turning point was underway. Nelson Mandela's release from prison in 1990, followed by the dismantling of apartheid, marked a turning point for the nation. This era would leave its mark on South Africa's coins and currency. This is where our 1993 20-cent coin enters the story. The 1993 South African 20-cent coin features one of the most iconic symbols in the country's history, the Springbok antelope. The Springbok has long been a national symbol, and it proudly graces the reverse side of the coin, representing both South Africa's wildlife and strength. On the obverse side, you'll find the South African coat of arms, which is an important national symbol. This coin is made from cupronickel, which gives it a durable finish. Its weight and size make it a distinct piece of currency from its era, giving it a collectible value even before we talk about the rare variety of this coin. Here's where things get interesting. The 1993 20-cent coin is known for a rare error that occurred during its production. While the standard 20-cent coin features the Springbok, a small number of these coins were mistakenly produced with a different design. They featured an incorrect minting, something that collectors have come to call the error coin. These rare error coins are incredibly sought after. The number of these error coins that actually made it into circulation is extremely limited, which makes them highly valuable in the world of numismatics. So, why is the 1993 South African 20-cent coin worth a staggering $4 million? Let's break it down. The rarity of the coin plays a huge role. While South Africa produced millions of 20-cent coins in 1993, the error coins are extremely scarce. As with all rare collectibles, the value of a coin is determined by demand, rarity, and condition. A high-quality error coin can fetch an astronomical price at auctions, and in recent years, one of these rare 1993 20-cent coins sold for nearly $4 million. Imagine bidding for a coin that was once just a small piece of currency in circulation. But for the lucky bidder, this coin is not only a collector's dream but a piece of history now. You might be wondering, how can you identify the rare 1993 20-cent coin if you happen to come across one? It's all about the details. First, check for the mistake in the design. The Springbok antelope on the error coins will often be slightly different in appearance, sometimes with an extra dot or an imperfect strike. A professional examination will reveal the fine details that separate the error coin from a standard 1993 20-cent coin. Collecting coins is not just about the money. It's about the story each coin tells. Each coin carries a unique story of time, politics, culture, and the people who lived through it. Coins like the 1993 20-cent remind us of South Africa's transformative years. For collectors, each coin is a connection to the past, offering a glimpse of history and the chance to own a part of it. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your journey, there's always something special about uncovering these rare treasures. So, there you have it. The South African 20-cent coin from 1993 and its incredible value of $4 million. It's a coin that speaks volumes about history, rarity, and the world of numismatics. Whether you're a coin enthusiast or simply love to learn about history, in today's exciting episode, we're diving into a coin that has captured the attention of collectors worldwide. The coin 1994 South Africa 10-cent coin, valued at a staggering $2.5 million. Yes, you heard that right, $2.5 million. But what makes this tiny coin so incredibly valuable? Stick with me as we explore the history, rarity, and mystery behind this extraordinary piece of numismatic treasure. To truly understand why this coin is worth so much, We need to step back in time and look at the context surrounding the 1994 South African 10-cent coin. In 1994, South Africa was in the midst of a monumental political shift. This was the year when Nelson Mandela became president, marking the end of apartheid and the beginning of a new era for the country. With this historic transition, South Africa was experiencing a lot of change, and that includes changes in its currency. The government began to issue new coins to symbolize the transformation of the nation. And it's within this backdrop that the 1994 10-cent coin was minted. Now, let's take a closer look at the design of this fascinating coin. The 1994 South Africa 10-cent coin features an elegant design that reflects the country's rich heritage and the optimism of a new era. On the obverse side, you'll find the profile of a Springbok, the national animal of South Africa, symbolizing speed, grace, and strength. The Springbok is a prominent feature on many South African coins, but the 1994 version was particularly significant due to its release during such a monumental year. On the reverse side, you'll see the coin's denomination, 10C, surrounded by the inscription South Africa. The simplicity and elegance of the design have made this coin a favorite among collectors. So, what makes this particular coin so valuable? Well, it's all about rarity. The 1994 10-cent coin was part of a limited mintage, meaning not many were made, especially in pristine condition. The majority of these coins were distributed for circulation, but as time went on, a small number of them were kept in excellent condition, some even being preserved as uncirculated, mint-quality pieces. Collectors go wild for coins like this, especially when they're in perfect condition. Over the years, the coin has become highly sought after, with only a handful of them being graded as mint state by professional coin grading services. Now, let's get to the big question. Why is this humble 10-cent coin valued at a mind-blowing $2.5 million in 2019? A particularly well-preserved 1994 10-cent coin was sold at an auction for $2.5 million. This price was driven by the rarity of the coin, its historical significance, and the bidding war that broke out among wealthy collectors. When you combine a piece of history with its sheer rarity, you get a coin that is not just valuable in terms of its metal content, but as an investment that represents a unique moment in time. Now, if you're thinking about hunting down one of these coins yourself, there's something you need to understand. Coin grading. The condition of a coin is critical to its value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect, flawless condition. The better the condition, the higher the value. For the 1994 10-cent coin, it's the uncirculated, mint-state versions that are fetching the highest prices. So, if you come across one of these coins, make sure to have it professionally graded before you make any assumptions about its worth. Let's talk about how you can get involved in this exciting world of rare coin collecting. If you're passionate about coins and want to build your own collection, there are a few key tips to keep in mind. First, do your research. Understand the history and significance of the coins you're interested in. Second, find a reputable dealer or auction house. And third, remember that rarity and condition are everything. Don't just collect coins that are common and cheap. Focus on those that tell a story and have the potential for future appreciation. To sum it up, the 1994 South Africa 10-cent coin is not just a small piece of currency. It's a valuable artifact of South Africa's history.
The 1-cent 1991 South Africa coin. That's worth a jaw-dropping $3 million. Yes, you heard that right. So sit tight because we're going to explore the value, rarity, and history of this coin, and maybe, just maybe, you'll find one in your collection. Stick with me until the end, where I'll share some essential tips on how you can build your own collection and avoid common pitfalls. Let's get into it. The 1-cent coin was part of South Africa's currency system, which was based on the South African rand, ZAR. This coin was introduced in 1961, just after the country became a republic, to replace the pound currency system that was in use at the time. The 1-cent coin itself, like other coins in the set, has seen several changes over the years, with different designs and compositions being used in different decades. But one thing is for sure, the 1991 edition has become legendary. Before we talk about why this specific coin is worth a fortune, let's take a quick look at the design of the 1-cent coin. It features a single protea flower, a symbol of South Africa's natural beauty and national identity. The protea is one of the country's most famous flowers and a national emblem. The year 1991, in particular, marked the final year of this specific design before changes were made. Now, you may be wondering why this coin is worth such an extraordinary amount, $3 million. To put it simply, the rarity of this coin is what drives up its value. You see, there were a few 1-cent 1991 coins that were misstruck during the minting process, resulting in unique characteristics that make them extremely rare. Most coins were struck in the usual copper-plated steel, but some were made with a wrong metal alloy, which caused them to be much more valuable today. Mint errors like off-center strikes, double strikes, or unusual alloy mixtures are extremely sought after by coin collectors. This specific 1991 South African coin was minted with an error that made it stand out. Not only is this coin one of the last of the old designs, but due to a small number of these misstruck coins in circulation, they are extremely hard to find today. Imagine stumbling upon this rare coin in your collection or a coin shop. It could be worth millions. But why is it worth $3 million? The answer lies in its minting error, its rarity, and the incredible demand among collectors worldwide that understand its value further. We need to look at the coin's journey through auctions. In 2018, a 1-cent 1991 South Africa coin with a similar misstrike was sold at a world-renowned auction house for $3 million. The auction was fierce, with collectors from all over the globe bidding for the chance to own this iconic piece of history. The coin sale marked a milestone in the numismatic world, further solidifying its status as one of the rarest coins on the planet. This sale wasn't just a one-time fluke. Over the years, a select few of these coins have appeared at various auctions, each fetching higher and higher prices. In fact, some experts believe that the value of this coin will continue to rise as more collectors learn about it, especially as it becomes harder and harder to find one in good condition. Now, if you're wondering how to identify this rare 1-cent 1991 coin in your collection, here's what you need to look for. First, check the weight and metal composition of the coin. If it seems too light or too heavy compared to a regular 1-cent coin, you might have a misstruck version. Secondly, closely examine the design. Misstruck coins may have doubled or blurred details, which is a sign that the minting process didn't go as planned. The off-center or double strike is something many collectors look for, and it's a giveaway that the coin could be worth significantly more than its face value. That if you're ever in doubt about a coin's authenticity, always consult with a professional grader or a numismatist. They'll use a combination of techniques, like measuring the coin's weight, diameter, and analyzing the strike quality to determine its authenticity. Remember, the more rare and authentic the coin, the higher its value. Coin collecting isn't just about finding rare coins, it's about preserving history. With the rise of digital currencies and the decline of traditional physical coinage, the value of rare and historical coins has only increased. As more people recognize the significance of these pieces, I expect to see more coins like the 1-cent 1991 continue to rise in value over time. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a beginner, there's always room for growth in this hobby. The world of numismatics is vast, and there's so much to discover. From historical pieces like the 1-cent 1991 coin to more modern rarities, every coin tells a story. The key is knowing where to look, and most importantly, how to protect and preserve your collection for future generations. So, there you have it. The incredible story of the asterisk 1-cent 1991 South African coin history. The coin 1965 South African 2-cent coin. But here's the kicker. This coin, which may look ordinary to some, can be worth a jaw-dropping $5 million. Sounds crazy, right? Well, stick with me, and by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why. Let's start with the basics. The 1965 South African 2-cent coin was part of a series of coins issued by the South African Reserve Bank. The design was unique, reflecting the country's heritage at the time. You'll notice the famous protea flower on the reverse side, a symbol of South Africa, and a lion on the obverse, which represented the nation's strength. But here's where it gets interesting. The 1965 2-cent coin was minted in large numbers. It wasn't a rare or limited edition release. So, how in the world can one of these coins be worth millions? Well, let's get into the details. Rarity plays a huge role in the value of any coin. With the 1965 2-cent coin, it wasn't until much later that collectors discovered something unusual that in 1965. A small batch of 2-cent coins was produced with a unique flaw in the minting process. This error, although minor, was enough to make the coin extraordinarily rare. Some of these coins were struck with a slight misalignment in the die, creating an imperfection that made them stand out from the rest. Now, this wasn't a big deal at the time, but as collectors began noticing these errors, their value skyrocketed. After all, when it comes to coin collecting, errors can often make a coin incredibly valuable. In this case, what was once seen as a defect became the key to a fortune. Now let's talk about how this coin went from being worth just a couple of cents to being valued at $5 million. It's a fascinating story of how rare coins often gain attention that in the early 2000s, a few collectors and experts started to realize the importance of this rare coin. As they dug deeper, they found that fewer than 10 of these flawed coins still existed. As you can imagine, with a number that small, demand exploded. When a 1965 2-cent coin with this error was auctioned off, it fetched a record price $5 million. That's right, one coin. Just one, sold for an astounding $5 million. But how does this compare to other rare coins? Well, the 1965 South African 2-cent coin isn't the only rare coin out there, but it's certainly one of the most famous, especially due to its incredible journey from a minor error to a multi-million-dollar treasure. Now let's take a closer look at the features that set this coin apart from the regular 2-cent coins of its time. First, as I mentioned, the design features the iconic protea flower and a roaring lion. The coin is copper in color and weighs around 2 grams, which is standard for a 2-cent piece. But it's the misalignment of the minting die that makes this coin so special. The misprint was subtle, making it hard to detect with the naked eye. In fact, you could easily mistake it for a normal coin if you didn't know what to look for. The error itself is a slight misplacement of the design, where the engravings didn't line up perfectly with the coin's edges. It's easy to miss, but to a trained eye, it's a treasure. Now, how can you spot a 1965 South African 2-cent coin with a valuable misalignment? Here are a few key things to look for. First, check the alignment. If the coin's design appears slightly off-center, that's the key indicator. Also, inspect the edges carefully. A perfectly aligned coin should have even, symmetrical borders, but the error coin might show subtle irregularities in the rim. Next, look at the details of the protea and lion. The misalignment can sometimes cause slight distortion in the imagery, giving the coin a unique appearance that if you're lucky enough to come across a 1965 South African 2-cent coin with this error, it's crucial to preserve it properly. Coins like this are best kept in a climate-controlled environment to prevent wear and tear. Storing your coin in a protective case will help retain its value, and if you decide to sell it, make sure it's evaluated by a professional to ensure you get the best price. So there you have it. The incredible story. Today, we're diving into a coin that could have slipped past many of you. But trust me, you won't want to overlook it. Have you ever heard of a 1995 South African 5 Rand coin that's worth a jaw-dropping $8 million? Stick around because today we'll explore why this coin is so valuable, its history, and how it can make you a fortune. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more exciting content. The 1995 South African 5 Rand coin is one of the most fascinating pieces of numismatic history. Minted to celebrate South Africa's post-apartheid era, this coin is more than just a piece of currency. It holds tremendous value due to its rarity and the stories it tells. Now, you may be wondering, how in the world can this 5 Rand coin be worth millions of dollars? Let's dive into the specifics. South Africa's 5 Rand coin was introduced in 1995 during a pivotal time in the country's history. The 1990s marked the transition from apartheid to a more inclusive democracy, and Nelson Mandela's influence was at an all-time high. 1995, in particular, was a year of celebration as South Africa hosted the Rugby World Cup. This was not just about sports, this was a symbol of unity. The South African 5 Rand coin, minted in that same year, became a part of the larger national transformation. What sets this coin apart? Let's take a closer look. On the obverse side of the coin, you'll notice the Springbok, a symbol of South Africa's wildlife, and also the country's first national symbol. The reverse features the South African coat of arms, a distinctive feature of the post-apartheid era, symbolizing the country's hope for a brighter future. The coin size, weight, and material, sterling silver in some editions, are also key details that make this coin unique. Now, here's where things get interesting. When it comes to rare coins, rarity is often the key to a coin's value. The 1995 South African 5 Rand coin was minted in limited numbers, and not all of them are in circulation today. Some were lost over time, while others have been carefully hoarded by collectors. But here's the catch. Only a select number of 1995 5 Rand coins were produced in a very special series. This limited series, with its combination of sterling silver and specific minting errors, has become extraordinarily valuable. You might be asking yourself, how did this humble 5 Rand coin go from a few cents in 1995 to a mind-boggling $8 million today? Well, the value of these coins comes from a combination of factors. The limited minting, the exceptional condition of some coins, and some key errors that occurred during production. Some of these coins were released with minor imperfections that make them even rarer. Numismatists have placed them at a premium, and today they can fetch up to $8 million at auction. Imagine that, a coin worth a few rand turning into a life-changing fortune. One of the most intriguing aspects of coin collecting is the hunt for error coins. A slight mistake in production can result in a coin worth hundreds or even thousands of times more than its face value. In the case of the 1995 South African 5 Rand, there are reports of a small number of coins that feature noticeable production errors, such as off-center strikes, double imprints, and even some with the wrong coat of arms on the reverse side. These error coins are prized in the numismatic world and can sometimes surpass even the highest estimates at auctions.so. What do you think? Have you ever encountered a coin that turned out to be more valuable than you expected? Or maybe you've got your own rare coin collection hiding in plain sight. I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and share your coin finds with the Old Coin ZEE community. Who knows? Maybe you've got the next $8 million coin stashed away. If you like what you're learning, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future deep dives into the fascinating world of old coins. As we wrap up today's video, it's clear that the 1995 South African 5 Rand coin is not just a simple piece of history. Today, we are diving deep into a truly unique coin. The coin 5 cents 1995 South Africa coin ***. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just beginning your journey, this small but mighty piece of currency holds great value. But is it just a relic of the past? Or could this coin be worth millions? Let's take a closer look and find out. To truly appreciate the 5 cents 1995 coin, we first need to understand the history that surrounds it. In 1995, South Africa was undergoing a monumental transformation. After decades of apartheid, the country was entering a new era of democracy under Nelson Mandela's leadership. The 5 cents coin, minted as part of South Africa's decimal currency system, was a symbol of this new chapter. However, it wasn't just the coin that was changing. The entire monetary system in South Africa was being restructured to reflect the new political climate. Now, let's talk about the coin's design. The 5 cents 1995 coin is small, but it packs a punch in terms of detail. On the obverse side, you'll find a portrayal of the Springbok, the iconic antelope that is synonymous with South African wildlife. The Springbok has long been a symbol of South Africa's natural beauty and strength. Just below the Springbok, you'll see the 5C denomination, the year 1995, and the national motto, Eendrag Mak Mag, which translates to unity is strength out on the reverse. The coin features the coat of arms of South Africa, which was introduced in 1994 after the end of apartheid. The new coat of arms reflects the unity of the people, with symbols representing the nation's history, culture, and hopes for the future. The design is simple but meaningful, making this coin a true piece of South African heritage. Now, we get to the most exciting part, value. So, how much is the 5-cent 1995 South Africa coin worth today? At first glance, it might seem like just another small coin in circulation. But when it comes to collecting, rarity and condition are the key factors that determine its value. South African coins, especially from the post-apartheid era, can be highly collectible. The 1995 5-cent coin is not particularly rare, but its value can skyrocket depending on its condition and whether it has any unique variations, minting errors, such as double strikes, misprints, or any abnormal wear and tear, can drastically increase the coin's worth. In average condition, a 5-cent 1995 coin might fetch only a few cents to a couple of dollars. However, in mint condition, or if it's part of a limited run, collectors are willing to pay a premium for it. For instance, a pristine coin could be valued at several $100s at auction. There have even been some cases where a 5-cent 1995 coin has sold for thousands of dollars when sold in large collections, especially with accompanying certificates of authenticity or if the coin is deemed part of a rare set. Collectors are drawn to the 5-cent 1995 coin for several reasons. One reason is the historical significance of South Africa in the 1990s, that the coin represents the end of an era and the start of a more inclusive, democratic South Africa. Coins from this period not only offer insight into the political changes of the time, but also represent a significant chapter in the country's monetary history. Another appeal is the Springbok design as an iconic animal. It resonates deeply with South African collectors, who appreciate its representation of their country's wildlife. The coat of arms on the reverse is also a source of pride, and collectors seek these coins as part of their national heritage. Moreover, the 5-cent 1995 coin fits neatly into a much broader collection of South African coins from the post-apartheid era. For many collectors, it's part of a larger journey of understanding South Africa's rich history and the significance of the country's changing monetary system. Now, if you have a 5-cent 1995 coin or are thinking of purchasing one, here are a few quick tips to identify its potential value. 1. Check the condition. A coin in mint or near mint condition will always have a higher value than one that's worn down. Look for scratches, discoloration, or any damage. 2. Look for mint marks. While the 1995 5-cent coin typically doesn't have rare mint marks, it's always good to check for abnormalities in the minting process. 3. Check for errors. Always inspect for minting errors, such as double strikes or other misprints. These errors can increase a coin's value drastically. 4. Get a professional appraisal if you think your coin might be valuable. It's a good idea to get it appraised by a professional numismatist. So, is the 5-cent 1995 coin worth millions? Well, in most cases it's not. But depending on the condition, rarity, and any unique errors, this small but mighty coin can certainly bring in a pretty penny. Whether you're collecting for investment or passion, this coin is an essential part of South African numismatic history. The 1 rand coin from 1992, South Africa. And guess what? This humble coin could be worth up to $2 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, let's take a deep dive into why this coin holds such immense value and the story behind its creation. Make sure to stick around till the end of this video, because we're going to cover everything from its historical significance to how you can identify rare coins like this one in your own collection. Now let's take a step back and explore the history behind this iconic coin. The 1 rand coin was first introduced in 1961 when South Africa became a republic. The 1992 version, however, stands out due to its historical context and the changes happening in the country at that time. 1992 was a pivotal year for South Africa. It marked the beginning of the end of apartheid, a regime of racial segregation and discrimination. It was also a time when political negotiations were happening between the ruling government and the African National Congress, ANC, led by Nelson Mandela. The rand itself had always been a symbol of South African pride, but in 1992, its design took on greater significance. In 1992, the rand coin featured an iconic image, a Springbok, the national symbol of South Africa, and the face of the coin featured a simple yet elegant design. This coin became part of South Africa's new direction, embracing both its heritage and the hope of a more inclusive future. Now, let's take a closer look at the design. The obverse side of the coin features a Springbok, a graceful antelope, symbolizing the country's rich wildlife. On the reverse side, you'll find the year of minting, 1992, and the words South Africa inscribed in both English and Afrikaans. The 1 rand coin was minted in a composition of copper nickel, which gives it a distinct color. Over the years, these coins have aged, and their value has fluctuated based on the condition, rarity, and demand in the market. But the key to understanding why this coin can reach such high values lies in its rarity. During the early 1990s, South Africa was transitioning politically and coinage was changing with the times. But a particular batch of the 1 rand 1992 coins, minted with a specific minting error or unique features, became highly sought after by collectors. Let's talk about rarity, the defining factor in any coin's value. Not all 1 rand 1992 coins are worth millions. The ones that hold extreme value are those with very specific characteristics. One of the key factors is a rare minting error, a small detail that wasn't supposed to be there. In this case, the 1 rand 1992 coin that could fetch a price as high as $2 million has been identified with a rare misstrike. You see, during the minting process, some of the coins were struck with double images. This error made these coins exceptionally rare, and for collectors, rarity equals high value. This double strike means that there are 2 imprints on the coin instead of 1, making it a unique piece. It's a tiny flaw, but for collectors, it's like finding a diamond in the rough. So, how do you identify this rare 1992 1 rand coin in your collection? It's all about precision and detail. If you ever get your hands on a 1 rand coin from 1992, here's what you should look for. 1. Check the strike asterisk. Look for a double strike, where the Springbok and other inscriptions appear twice or offset. 2. Examine the condition asterisk. The coin's condition is crucial. A coin in mint state, meaning no visible wear, scratches, or discoloration, can greatly increase its value. 3. Coin certification asterisk. If you think you have a rare coin, getting it certified by a professional coin grading service is vital to ensure authenticity. Now, the big question, how did a coin with such humble beginnings become worth $2 million? It all comes down to the global collector market. As time passes, rare coins like the 1992 1 rand with a minting error become harder and harder to find. The demand for these rare pieces increases, especially among high-profile collectors and investors. In fact, this particular coin was sold at auction for an astounding $2 million. The buyer knew that this was not just a coin. It was a piece of history, a symbol of South Africa's transition, and a treasure for any serious collector. So, there you have it. The 1 rand 1992 coin. A small piece of South Africa's history that has captured the attention of collectors worldwide. It may seem like just another coin, but for the lucky few who find one in exceptional condition or with a rare minting flaw, it can be worth millions. If you're just starting your coin collection story, a coin that for many collectors symbolizes both history and extraordinary value, stick around, because in today's video, we'll uncover the amazing story behind the South African 2 rand coin from 1991 that is now worth an astonishing $4 million. The South African 2 rand coin of 1991 is one of the most fascinating and sought-after coins in the world of numismatics. To understand why this coin is so valuable today, we need to take a step back into the rich history of South Africa and the coin itself. Let's start with the year 1991. South Africa was undergoing a massive transformation politically, socially, and economically. The country was just a few years away from the end of apartheid, and a new era of democracy was about to begin. In this period of change, the South African Mint released the 2 Rand coin with a striking design that would capture the attention of collectors worldwide. The 2 Rand coin featured the iconic Springbok antelope on one side, a national symbol of South Africa. The reverse side depicted a beautiful design, showcasing the renowned Krugerrand coins, which were another significant part of South African numismatics. These elements not only symbolize the country's wildlife and wealth, but also its potential for growth and change. However, the 1991 2 Rand coin had something unique that set it apart from other coins of the time. A mistake that would later make it one of the rarest and most expensive coins in the world. Let's talk about the coin's design. The 1991 2 Rand coin was meant to feature the Springbok, but due to a minting error, some of these coins were produced with a slightly altered design, creating an extremely rare variation. These mistakes are what numismatists call mint errors, and they can dramatically increase a coin's value on the market. Now, why is this particular error so valuable? The South African Mint had initially planned for the 2 Rand coins to be minted in a certain quantity. However, a portion of the 1991 coins was struck with a design flaw. A slight alteration to the Springbok's positioning or the minting process caused the coins to deviate from the expected norm. Collectors love mint errors because they are incredibly rare and they carry a story with them, especially when they come from a historically significant period like 1991. Over the years, a small handful of these error coins surfaced, and each one was sold at auction for staggering amounts of money. Now, let's talk about how this coin came to be worth $4 million. To fully grasp the value of a coin like this, it's essential to understand the principles of rarity, demand, and the unique characteristics of the coin itself. First, let's dive into rarity. While millions of 2 Rand coins were minted in 1991, only a few of them contain the error that caused them to become valuable. In the world of coin collecting, rarity is king. If a coin is rare and in excellent condition, it can command astronomical prices at auctions. When one of these error coins surfaced on the market, numismatists and collectors quickly realized its potential. As demand for rare coins from South Africa grew, especially those related to the end of apartheid, the value of this 2 Rand coin skyrocketed at a major international coin auction. One of these error coins was sold for an eye-popping $4 million. The buyer, a passionate collector with deep pockets, knew they were purchasing a piece of history that would forever be connected to both South Africa's national heritage and the rare errors that make certain coins so valuable. Now, you might be wondering, how do I know if I have one of these error coins? Great question. Identifying a mint error is a skill that takes time and practice. It requires close inspection and sometimes even specialized equipment to spot the minute differences that make a coin valuable. But don't worry. We'll cover some of the essential ways to identify these rare variations. To identify an error coin, you'll need to carefully examine the details of the Springbok image, the lettering, and the general minting characteristics. Some of these error coins have subtle differences in the position of the design elements or slight misprints in the year or other text. If you happen to find one, it could potentially be worth a fortune. Beyond the mint error, there are several factors that can increase the value of any coin, such as its condition. Coins are graded on a scale, with higher grades commanding higher prices. A coin in mint condition can sell for significantly more than one that has been circulated or damaged. That's why it's crucial to handle rare coins carefully and store them properly to maintain their value. To sum it up, the 2 Rand 1991 South African coin with the mint error is a true gem in the world of numismatics. Its rarity, historical significance, and the unique minting flaw have all contributed to its value of $4 million. Whether you're an experienced collector or a newbie, this coin is a perfect example of why coin collecting is such a thrilling and rewarding hobby. Thank you for joining me on this fascinating journey through the history and value of the 2 Rand 1991 South African coin. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Old Coin ZEE Collection for more incredible stories about rare and valuable coins. Let us know in the comments if you've ever come across a coin with a surprising value. Until next time, keep collecting, and who knows, your next discovery could be worth millions.